All right. Kenny Galladay. Can we celebrate? Can we officially celebrate that we have all our pass catchers back? I mean, that's huge. Ragnow's healthy, which is good. Yeah, look at our offense. Our offense is actually starting to turn into fairly decent complement of weapons here.
Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears taking on Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions.
Well, they say an early season snowstorm may be on deck in less than 48 hours, but today is picture-perfect fall football weather. Crisp and cool at Soldier Field in the Windy City. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old
We're in the wild card right now.
ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit
This would be a big win
Lions.
for us.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And
Last time we
Charles, you
played the
look at
Bears,
this
I threw
Bears
like
team
at least
very
2 or 3 interceptions.
They come into this one knowing
So we
it's
will
gonna
not be
be
doing
a
that this time
substantial
around.
victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Leading them out, their quarterback in his 4th season from North Carolina, it's Mitchell Trubisky.
It's going to be tough without Flowers.
Mitchell Trubisky, 3 years with the Chicago Bears, and he's a young quarterback still learning on the job, but what numbers do you trust with him? 8-7, 15 starts last year, but he was 11-3 the year before. The Bears offense, though, in 2019, just 25th in passing and 29th overall. They're looking for Mitchell Trubisky to elevate his game and bring the Bears along with him.
The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 6 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham.
They're down. You know they're going to run it.
Out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. That reception brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
Nope, they did play action. Ah,
Able to find Harris complete. And he will have the Bears
tricky,
first
tricky.
down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And nothing.
No, sir.
He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want some. Now Trubisky lost.
Is that ball out?
And the Lions have recovered.
They're probably going to overturn that, but if that's a fumble,
Lions making their way out, led by their 32-year-old quarterback. Hard to believe he's in season number 12 now in a Detroit uniform. Quarterback Matthew Stafford.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game.
Booth review. Yep.
Led them to victory.
That's not going to stand.
Things.
The previous play
think it's still going to put them in 3rd and long, though. Gun empty.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when
Seriously?
Inside the 30. And he will have the Bears first down.
Wow.
As they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout.
That is awful.
While the trainers take a look.
Now my other edge rusher, who wasn't even that good, is hurt.
Inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. They had the
It's ridiculous that Allen Robinson caught that ball.
Smaller gain of 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a 1st at the Lions 16. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st.
Not good. Not good. They went from 3rd and 17 to 1st and goal.
Sets up the 1st and goal. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
That catch good for only a couple.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Jimmy Graham. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
The losing streak can take...
All right, now we must get points. We cannot turn this ball over.
This is Ty Johnson, and not much to speak of.
Well, not off to a great start.
Up to the 26. The numbers for Johnson in last week's game. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So
I think they're in man.
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Now the 2nd down throw on target.
No, I think they were in zone.
Reception good for 7.
Otherwise, he would have been followed.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
1st down, and they go with Swift again.
There we go.
It's a pickup of 4.
Made a little bit out of nothing there.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Go Ty. Look at that cutback lane. I love the seal. Love the seal.
11 yards there, 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Stafford throws
Go.
to Galladay.
Go.
10,
Go.
touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Kenny Galladay.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
Yes.
And the Lions
That's how you take a slant, turn it into a 50-yard house call.
And that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here.
Oh, yeah.
Because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns.
Well, now we just got to stop Mitch Trubisky. That's all we got to do. And we had him in 3rd and 17. They got bailed out by a Hail Mary. Oh, yeah.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky, he's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
No, still 3rd and medium.
Progressions, not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And Robinson
Sugar.
with a big catch. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Chicago first down to former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. So that time, Charles,
he didn't have any time. As soon as he got that snapback, he was had somebody in his face.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the
that looked real. That looked like a real life. That looked really authentic right there. That was impressive.
Teams all tied after 1.
7-7.
I don't want to go cover 3 because they're going to bunch.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky.
No.
Incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete.
They got that?
A couple yards shy of midfield at the
Oh, thank goodness we stopped him. I was about to say.
It's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
You gonna fake it?
Give him that. You just want to make sure that you play the 1st down line. They were able to get him down.
Nope.
Force the punt.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
Not great. Not a great punt.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he gets this one just shy of the
nice little burst.
down at the 39. Good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down.
Now it's Swift. play goes nowhere.
I'm not sure why my lineman completely left the middle linebacker unblocked, but they did.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll find Golladay.
Go, Kenny.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Welcome back, Kenny Golladay. We missed you, man. We missed you.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Okay, they're blitzing that safety.
30 yard. They'll try and run here with Swift.
Oh,
Can't quite get there. Tackled down
beautiful.
at the 1.
Beautiful.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Okay, we're just going to cut it up inside.
Here's Swift, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line.
Okay, if our defense can get another stop, which is not guaranteed against Trubisky because he can run. Gun, wing, stack. Okay.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky.
Oh, oh, that's a fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He looked at exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately,
lucky to pick that up. Single back wing slot.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Trubisky. And he finds his tight end, Graham.
That's not going to get it done.
For 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On the move to
Uh-oh.
his left. He may try and
Ooh, Davis ran him down.
well short of the first as he can
Gerard Davis.
give him 8 yards that time on the scramble and
Yes.
now 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Well done.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
I haven't really called Khalil Mack's name at all yet.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson.
It's pretty good. Pretty good job by our O-line. But again, we're not really passing that much either, so.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
They'll run here with Swift. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over.
Okay, no turnovers. Absolutely none. Cannot be having turnovers.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
Ooh, I think I'm going to have Kenny ISO deep.
Game for a receiver, so he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Kenny Galladay, the Pro-Bowler, was his intended target.
Okay, they're definitely blitzing.
Throwing again. Stafford, another throw for Galladay. This one complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Ah, man. By Hawkinson after he already caught the ball?
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people
That's terrible.
The guys who just gave up that play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To the running game with Swift down to the 25. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he is going to have a Lions first down.
Let's go hurry up.
The 3rd down conversion. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you get your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
The Lions now going to use.
Okay, we do have a timeout, so we can run the ball, which, as you all know, is my favorite to do on the goal line.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Stafford going to give it to Swift, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every
I think we get the ball to start the second half, too.
Whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now.
And we even had to overcome a holding penalty on that one.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
All right, that was a clean first half for us, except for those penalties.
As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
That's winning football
Coach.
right there.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's week 13.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Marvin Hall returning it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting
Yeah,
into
and we're
the
going to
zone.
pound that football.
Athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on it right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Yeah, they had that pretty well covered there.
Chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play,
I think they're in man.
frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Live to fight another
Nope,
down.
they were in zone.
And
That
this
was
effort will not get it done.
that
He
was just a
stopped
mistake.
well short of the first down at the 29.
Well, the strategy
They were in a
was
cover
evident
3. I think I had
to your tight
Jones
end,
open.
making a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Bears take over. Mitchell Trubisky on his way out, the subject of our players' spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game.
And Jimmy Graham, they love throwing those stick routes to Jimmy Graham, and it's I can't cover it. I don't know how to cover it.
Make it second and a foot or so.
At the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now it's Trubisky. Rolling to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Deshaun Hand in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that's his second sack of the game. But this player,